Jumping out the program, truth off my chest. Be the power and let the secrets go.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it, dropping truth bombs no one's ever seen. Do it, scream from skeptics, yeah, I bring truth to it. I guess every whistleblower needs theme music. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the towers. UAPs in the sky, they ain't ours. The system's broken, the truth frozen, the secrets beneath day moves in the shadows. Here we rolling. Everybody, we rolling with some crazy in the dark and some toxic code. In this black budget world, we the ones chosen. So big night, full lies, truth is exposing. Truth is exposing. This is way too real, I need a moment. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the death showers. Till then, the truth is out, as they say. Grace above, secret staying hidden, man. SNL in the newscast, tell them Lue Elizondo got the last laugh. More specifically, rear with flash drive. File so big they make it pass die. Jack Barron with deep dive, reverse engineering craft with a keen eye. I'm embodying characteristics of the mystic. He knows he's so veridic. I just need time to load my own thoughts. Star maps in my mind, but false lies. My childlike wonder, my cosmic honesty gets drowned out black ops and policy. Reality is catching up with me. My mind fights the veil of secrecy. With these three things they entrusted me. Looking down at my classified needs. Like no one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm flipping off the cowards. Till then, the truth is ours. Cosmic prowlers, lost majestic fossils, CIA towers. They said we were the abomination of science fiction, but now that man can't take transmission. At the end of the day, I'm exposed to this. You know damn well y'all feeling this. I don't need your clearance, I got my own dish. I don't know how it's tripping away when that ship. How's the truth doing? It's surviving. I was watching life move, now I'm diving. Where the crazy at? Where they hide it? Got the dots to make your life so enlightening. Now this could be a beautiful death. I'm jumping through dimensions, let go of the rest. Let go of the rest. This could be a beautiful death. Jumping out the program, truth off my chest. Truth off my chest. The power and let the secrets go. What you know about rolling with the craze and the nice, even the career dropping truth, exposing every light. Bob Lazar in the game, know what the craft can do. And Paulina in the house, grilling every crew. Eric Davis on the mic, talking for aliens, eating with the whistleblower speak. Government fall to their knees. Sightings in the sky, better take another look. I feel like I'm floating in the cosmic truth. Hey. UFO news dropping now. Welcome to the proof.
The data carry burden. The data confirm their presence.
I hope you guys are doing good today, and calling from the Florida in a bunker next to a river. We are broadcasting. Getting the latest info with UFOs and stuff like that, and hopefully we can get in a segment of discussion here and see what's going on in the last 24 hours. UFO updates and see where we can land here, guys. Hope everyone's doing good today, and I hope everyone's feeling this Saturday and how it contributes to us today. So let's get this ball rolling here. Hopefully we can get some AI.
Hello. Hey there.
Hey Ryan, let's do this. Let's get last 24 hours of global news and add with some strange news. No local.
Absolutely. Let's dive right in. In the past 24 hours globally, there have been some key headlines making waves. One of the big stories is about the ongoing negotiations over the Strait of Hormuz. There have been some tense developments with Iran and the US, and the situation is still evolving. In addition, Puerto Rico is dealing with a severe drought that has led to widespread water rationing, and Taiwan is conducting military drills that hint at deeper alignments with the US. On a different note, if we go over to the quirky side of the news, in Italy, a woman accidentally threw away a €1 million winning lottery ticket and had to ask garbage collectors to help her dig it out of the trash. Fortunately, they found it for her. Over in Greece, a man was arrested for keeping his deceased father in a freezer for over 2 years just to keep collecting his pension, which is certainly one of the stranger stories to emerge recently. So there you go, a mix of the big global headlines and some truly odd bits of news as well.
If you guys were the people digging out the trash, would you have given the winning ticket to her? Or would you be like, no, can't find it, ma'am. Couldn't find it. Just saying, guys. What's going on, Tabitha? How you doing today? How are you doing today? I hope everything is going good with you.
Tabitha has arrived.
I told you I'd make it!
Yeah. Theta Bug, how you doing today? Own one now. What's going on? How you doing? Hope you guys are doing good today. Appreciate you guys jumping. Laugh Baker, how you doing? 1853, how you doing today? As you guys know, this is a live feed, a live footage, so we are live right now. What's going on? 161 perspective, stripping. That's my name. I hear ya. Infinity, how you doing, brother? Yeah, it's good. Hope you are too. I'm doing good, man. I've been messing with this new AI system, and it's kicking my butt. And then to come to find out that it didn't work out. So I'm back to square one. I'm trying to do another system. Maybe I'll do a more local apparatus on my desktop, and then see if I can pipe out what I can in other platforms, right? X-Files, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Trippy. Alright. Book this fell. Awesome. So let's get into this segment here, guys. Fudge. What's up, man? Oh my goodness. You are around. I'm just gonna keep making AI videos of you, man. Keeping you alive and walking around, bro. You keep I haven't seen you in a good minute. If you guys wondering, I'm talking to DRE Gloss UFO. He's a old timer in this space of TikTok. Hey brother, I appreciate it, man. I really do. At least I know I'm not forgotten. Hell yeah, man. You gotta get out there. You gotta start posting again, man. Get yourself on TikTok. I mean YouTube. Get yourself on some other platforms, you know. Just talk some, strange stuff was going on, man. Everybody likes new perspectives, especially when it's not covered in mainstream, especially the stories that most people don't cover. The sightings are hard because everybody's posting that. What's going on, 1460? How you doing, brother? Yeah, the news, like, everyone's covering this stuff, man. Like, I want to just do my stories and be happy. Like, I want to talk about the USO stories, but I really got to sink my teeth into it, you know? So, yeah, I'm trying to get the time to do it. It's kind of hard with how much I've been working late. No worries, man. No worries. I do like a little X thing in the morning, and then my 15-minute break, I'll look for something to grab. And then my second break, 15 minutes, I just do my download of what I'm going to cover and talk in the camera. And then at lunch, I'm editing. I'm editing whatever I said, and I make it in bite-sized pieces. Because if I don't, I'm just not going to post. I'm not going to be able to look, search, find, then download and clip whatever video I do all in one sitting. I just won't have time. Just don't have that kind of luxury. And then when I get home, man, these kids are just loud all the time. They're just making magical noises all the time. So that'd be next here. Unless I lock myself in the garage. Yeah, man, just break it down to size pieces. Like, fucking your morning, your 15-minute break is searching for something to talk about. And then your second break is just making a video of that. And then your lunch is editing it. Or editing it when you get home or something. You know, that's how I do it, man. I mean, it's fucking hard. Not easy. Not easy. Alright, guys, so we're going to get in this segment here. We're going to talk about a little bit about the UFO drops. The 5th UFO government war.gov drops that was posted. And we're going to get in the segment of basically that and see where we can go. What's going on, Ken? What's going on, Bobby? Sub, my UFO brother. What's going on, man? That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Let me zoom into your image, your picture here. Let me zoom in. Is that you in military uniform? Oh, with your kid? That's gangster, man. Thank you for your service, brother. Thank you for your service. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Sub nephew, what's going on? What is up with the alien? What is this? A baby head? What is up with this? Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Holy shit, that looked weird. That definitely gets some people's attention.
Thank you for her heart.
Dave, thank you, Davey Trace, for the gift. Thank you, Trans, for the gift. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you for your heart.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Let's get into this right now. So I have found out, as I find the stuff to discuss about, we can repost it on the thing. But I do have some people over in the Reddit forums that are been cussing me out because I haven't visited them in a little while. So what we're going to do is going to chew through this, and then we're going to go to the Reddit forums and see what they have discussed. Now, what was this? What the hell's his name? Fuck, Andrew has posted this original post. Oh, it says right there, John Stewart. That's good. That's good. We can do that. Alright, so as you guys know, the footage that was posted on on war.gov was the most, by far, the most crappiest footage that we've seen, right? Ain't that right, 1460? The most crappiest footage that we have seen. And the thing is with this footage is that alongside the crappy footage, There was 6 footage, which was an interesting event, but what sidestepped that event was literally more crappy footage. So the event itself was interesting, especially when you're discussing it and looking into what was going on with the event. If you guys are wondering, the incident of Oman, and so along that was crappy footage. It was some guy taking it from a cell phone. And then it was posted to, if that's the case, man, I advise you guys to start setting your videos to war.gov and see if they would not put that in the next publication. Just food for thought, guys. Just food for thought. Because at this point, I think it's fair game, bro. I think it's absolutely fair game. Especially if you can get the ones that they're screaming. They're screaming on the audio. Oh my god! Like that's the one that you want to send up there, man. That's the one that you want to send up there. That's the one you want them to fucking be like. That's the one. Those 2 incidents, the lady screaming and running through the yard, and then the Colombian dude, those 2 would be top tier epic. Top tier epic. Alright, so this one was from Jon Stewart. Now I don't know why Jon Stewart has been posting these footages that look really, really to me fake. Because they don't look realistic at all. It just don't. I met a 9-foot tall extraterrestrial in my backyard who was telepathic. That's awesome, Mark. Yeah, so these one he's posting, right? And they're broadcasting. He's been posting these wild footages. And of course, with the common circle in it, I don't know how real this one is. But just Jon Stewart has a few people in the comments said, "Have you lost your ever forgotten mind?" And he's like, "Yes." No, he hasn't said that, but he's dead. He has been posting very suspicious, questionable videos, guys. Stewart is fake. That's why. Probably so. He probably is one of the fake ones, because at this point he has continuously post wild shit like this and has not really put it. He knows the government will love it. Yeah, he's swallowing someone's knob from the government, because this I'm not feeling this at all, man. My face is like too bright, man. I think I gotta these stupid lights. Still figuring them out, man. I'm like bright as hell here. Look like a fake zombie. Pale zombie. Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is with that, man. Alright, so this one. Now, if you guys are aware about this footage right here. You guys are familiar with this footage? This is the footage where the lady says, "Do you believe in Jesus?" Then this thing starts moving and twinkling and all that kind of stuff. This one was from TikTok. How could you remove the footage without the audio? You go to CapCut, you can actually move someone's audio voice out of the video and do that. They did that with this one. Now, my question is, why they did that? Who posted this? UFO Mania posted this, right? Why would he edit out the question, do you believe in Jesus? Oh my goodness, you believe in Jesus! You believe in Jesus! Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
Zoom in more.
And then like she stops.
I know I can, but my fingers don't work.
Like it's
Sorry, guys.
that's literally the part, dude.
Sorry, guys. Here we go.
If you guys seen it over on TikTok, like it goes crazy, right? and it went viral on TikTok, and like everybody's seen that. Yeah, I think it was in PA. So that's a trip, man. That's a trip. Why would they overpost the image with all the different audio?
Can you hear me? Jesus loves me.
There it is.
Oh, you know Jesus.
Okay, they didn't remove
You
it.
know Jesus. Jesus is awesome, isn't he? Yes, he is.
1460, that's what's up, brother. Love you too, man.
God is good. God is good.
This went absolutely
God
viral.
is good.
That was real, like, oh, she lost it. Actually, pretty badass right there, man. Pretty badass. The more I look at these orbs, the more I talk about them, the more I investigate it, the more it's just they're working on different rules, right? They're working on different wavelengths. This is 100%, dude. There's this how they interact and
Jesus loves me.
contact us until they have
Oh, you know Jesus.
how they protect us.
You know Jesus. Jesus is awesome, isn't he?
Sounds like she's talking to a dog. Don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's funny.
Yes, he is.
You know, right, Tess?
God is good.
Oh, you seen that one, Amanda? Yeah, this one went viral on TikTok. A lot of people.
God is good. God is good.
Yeah. Alright, so that one was posted with UFO Mania. So I might have to fucking re-edit the fuck what I said. Let's just put it like women saying, do you believe in Jesus? Why? Okay, won't let me edit. Alright. We get you then. Alright, so everyone has seen the Travis Walton case, right? She was pretty pissed. I wasn't too happy. She did not want me to touch her hair. So, but soon after that is, and then of course, she told the world, barber and everyone in the barber place, to how crappy the salon, I'm sorry. Told the whole world how sucky I am is brushing her hair, and how mommy put me on hair duty. So that was delightful. Good times. It's like, why are you touching my hair, Daddy? You don't have no hair. I'm like, easy. You're about to not have any hair if you keep talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Crap. They probably were best pals. They said they were banned gospel, saying he was an alien shapeshifter. I know, right? It gets trippy, man. Jesus is just a myth. 1460 says. Yeah. So, why do they react, though? Why do they react? These orbs seemingly, like, are very happy. to hear the word. You have some creatures, some alien species that react very, very horrendous towards the word. And then some other alien creatures almost seemingly invite you to say it. Like almost the word carries a frequency. A certain frequency that either bothers some alien species or they find comfort in what the inherent energy brings of the word. Very strange. All right, here we go. Travis Walton. The question is posed today: is Travis Walton really real? Is Travis Walton inherently the person that has actually experienced that very thing that we have discussed? Or maybe, right? Oh, did you guys heard the segment? Man, just bring this up. Maybe Jesus visited them. It's like, did you guys hear the discussion with the extraterrestrial? It's like, hey, do you know Jesus? Oh yeah, he comes by our planet every other Friday, and we eat ice cream together. Every Friday. And it's like, yeah, don't he visit you guys? He did a long time ago. Oh yeah, for real? What did you do? Why doesn't he come by anymore? We killed him. It's like, oh yeah. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No wonder he doesn't come by. You guys are... That's not cool at all. Holy cow. It's actually a funny skit. I'm sorry if it didn't make anybody laugh. It's a crappy joke, I know. Good times.
Thank you for your heart.
Thank you for the gift. Alright, so coming back to Travis Walton. This was posted by Truth Poll, right? Now, here's the question. Travis Walton's case. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people discuss it. And a lot of people have said, this guy's lying. And then a lot of people said, no, he's telling the truth.
The first creatures that I saw, the most convincing testimony comes from Travis Walton of Snowflake, Arizona. A beam of energy come out of the craft and hit me in the upper body, knocked me through the air. When I regained consciousness, I was on board the craft, apparently. I came to kind of slowly. I was kind of groggy. I didn't regain consciousness real quickly, but when I finally got where I could see, I saw these creatures standing over me. And I became hysterical instantly. I knocked him back and jumped away from him. They started towards me. I screamed and made threatening gestures, and they stopped and turned and left this room. They had gone to the right, so I ran down to the left. It was down a curving hallway. I ran by some other doors, and I came to another door, and I kind of got to control myself a little bit. I kind of panicked there for a minute, but...
So that part right there, right? He literally states he was able to get away from extraterrestrials that apparently are way more advanced than us, way more intelligent than us, and he managed to temporarily get away from these extraterrestrials inside their craft. Just let that sink in there for a second. Like, I know some people that just can't get away from a freaking... I mean, you got some of these movies that they can't get away from freaking walking zombies. Like, come on, man, in movies. But I think it's like, that's a big outlier, right? Like, and here's the thing, it's an ongoing thing. They just seemingly are able to get away from people in the craft. I believe everything is a psyop powers. 5254 says, I've actually seen UFOs. They fly across the sky faster than meteors. The just zip across the sky like files. So that, and here's the thing, it's not just his account stating that. It's like multiple other inductees say the same very thing, right? They're somehow break free. And you think, you hear the stories of mind control, they can't move, but somehow they can run away. They manage to run away and get lost in the ship. That's weird, right? That's strange. That doesn't make much sense to me sometimes. I mean, think about it, like the high strangeness. So, if managed to trap a bear but it broke free, would you still be standing there? No, 100%. Why would you be still standing there looking at, in essence, a wild bear in your airplane and just standing there, literally just standing there? This is, I'm saying he's the wild bear in the craft. I mean, if his description, he towered over top of these beams. He's basically a giant bear in essence, right? That is the wild implication of this. You don't have no taser gun for the bear. You don't have no mind controlling. I don't know, man. It's just, for beings to be taking people and abducting them, they inherently are not well equipped to stop a runaway human being. It's just, apparently they abduct a whole bunch of people, but there's this ill-equipped to catch a runaway a human just running around. It just, two small spike spheres roll out from the main craft, grab his legs, and drag him in while IMI. No, it's definitely one of those situations. Triangle aircraft capable of remaining stationary privately on its axis. Harry Jet, Science Triangle Aircraft B2. That's interesting. Yeah. We always think we're all equipped to handle a bear until we're not. Ah, good question. Good question. Mad Docs, that's exactly the point, right? It's like the bear don't care how smart you are. If it's able to get out of there, you're right. I remember they had this see-through cage where like these guys were inside this cage, and it was designed and equipped to handle a brutal attack of a grizzly, right? And they're in the ice, they're inside, and literally this thing starts pounding on the glass and cracks it. They weren't expecting it to crack. Let's just start there. They weren't expecting this thing to crack a little bit because it was designed to handle the abuse of a bear of that size. So, hey, maybe that's the case, man. Maybe with his adrenaline and whatever other thing is, and him not thinking about what he was going to do, they couldn't anticipate his next movements. Because you're running purely on adrenaline and rush, and you're not thinking through your next steps, right? That bear has been eating his beans and weeds. Hell yeah, bro. 100%.
I stopped, went in this room. It was a very strange room. You could see the stars projected on the walls, or maybe you could see them through maybe some kind of a viewing screen or something. I don't know. But there was a chair in the middle of this room that had some controls on it, and I went up to that and tried to see if I could figure a way to open a door or get out of there or something. Another being came in at that point. The first creatures that I saw were very, very different from us. They were short, less than 5 feet in height. They had large, bulging craniums, kind of a chalky white look to their appearance, very large eyes. He took me out of that room that this was parked in, down a hallway to a smaller room where there were some other people like him, and they put me down on a table, and I struggled with them, and I was knocked out, made unconscious with a kind of an oxygen mask-like device. And the next thing I know, I wake up on the road.
So, Maddox says, like the Ebens didn't expect him to be willingly violent, so they ran like hell. No, I like them in the movie, Fire in the Sky. One got kicked in the face in that part. Wrinkled face. He had that kind of weird face. Bobby Parrot says, I've seen 2 triangle UFOs. They look like Star Destroyers from Star Wars. Saw over the Gulf of Mexico, Florida coast. That's super interesting. Super interesting. That's a crazy pause there with his face like that. Just saying. That's how I stopped the footage. Him in the middle was trying to explain something. That's gonna keep that on the screen for a little while. People start looking at that. So that inherently is the Travis Walton case as far as the design default, right? What was the premise behind it? People say he was injured by the craft. That's why they picked him up. Some people say that very thing. Other people say, well, maybe they were checking out his DNA. Maybe he was a abductee prior to that. Why were they there? And of course, you have basically the whole Travis Walton case was fake. They were that he was living in a one of those towers in the woods that would check for forest fires, that his family members were giving him food, that there was had a contract that was expiring soon, and they wanted to get out of the contract. That's by far the most stupidest one that I heard. The contract scenario, make up an alien abduction story to get out of your failing contract. That's insurance, whatever contract, right? That's yeah. I got in a car accident. I'm gonna blame aliens to the insurance company. They were fucking aliens, bro. They're fucking aliens. to be a bear, right? Seemed Travis was too keen to get to them also. Yeah, that's just one of those incidents. And then when he recounts and he discusses that when he was managed to get, you see, in the Fire in the Sky, he was always inherent inside the craft, right? But when he recounts the story, he discusses that he stumbles on 2 other humanoids that were wearing this thing on their head, like they couldn't breathe their air, and they looked like Nordics, tall Nordic beings. And they were like, "Hey man, help me, you're wanting me, come on man, come on." And they were just like, don't even acknowledge his reaction. They just had a flat face, kind of, "What's going on, Pipeline Dreams? How you doing today, brother? How are you doing today?" The legend, the man, Pipeline Dreams. Awesome. Appreciate you coming back, brother. 1460. It's a good morning. Yeah. That's what we gotta do, Bike Loungers. We gotta go out there in green alien suits and surf, brother. Gotta go out there. I'm gonna need a very big alien suit, but be out there surfing nonetheless. And it just be a fucking thing. We just show up with our alien bathing suits, right? And we just surf. Just go out there and start surfing. About 15, 16 people. And we don't say shit to nobody. We just do our thing and then leave. As mysterious as we show up, we just fucking leave. People are like, "What the hell was that? What was that?" And people will still wonder. And then some people will take footages. So does anybody know what the fuck this was about? Right? And that's it. And we do it again. And then we do it again. And then we do it again. Seemingly like a fucking one of those raid parties that would show up on a schedule and just leave. Just completely men and female, just all looking like freaking green little aliens. Well, not little, because we're all different sizes, right? But show up and then just disappear. This is that mysterious. And drink some beer and talk the shit after that. But that'd be fucking next tier. Epic, dude. Alright, so we got Ross Cohart.
Good intentions.
So you guys know after this we're going to the Reddit forums, and then we're going to check out some local enigma for any UFO in the last 24 hours around the world. See if we can do that the last 24 hours and in the last week.
Of some in the Senate who say that they are disclosure people, but frankly aren't really at all. And I can sense and understand the frustration of the people in the House who are genuinely trying to do the right thing. But frankly, I think at some stage we've got to ask ourselves, are we being played? And I do think we're being played. I think there are certain senators in particular who are making noises about being pro-disclosure and pro-transparency. And frankly, I think they know full well about this program, this highly compartmentalized program. I think they have been read into it. And I think part of the issue now for Congress is that there are parts of the Congress that have been read into the secret retrieval and reverse engineering program, and they don't think you've got the right to know about it. And I suspect also at the Trump White House level.
Let's stop there. Don't you guys remember on an X video that he says, "I got the information, but I'm not going to tell you guys"? He said that on like a live. Like he had zero shits on telling us the truth of anything. So yeah, I know about some shit that I can't tell you guys, but I'm not gonna tell you guys. Fuck that. I'm not gonna tell you. There's half of the stuff that they tell me that I'm not gonna tell you guys publicly. And then here he is like, you guys deserve to know the truth. You guys need to know the truth. Meanwhile, he's probably on the toilet right now with his pants down around his ankles. And he's not telling you that while he's saying this and taking a shit. Because I'm telling you right now, he has a lot more knowledge that he's read up on that he's not telling us.
I think Trump has drunk the Kool-Aid with sections of the national security industry, who have told him that this is far too important a program to jeopardize by bringing it into the public arena before Congress. So yes, I suspect very, very much that we're being played right now, and I'm beginning to get very, very cynical. Even though there are good intentions from the good people in the House Oversight Subcommittee that's looking at this issue, and at Paulina's committee, the Transparency Committee, I have a real problem with what's going on at Senate level, and I think that there are certain key senators that are actively obfuscating and blocking the public's right to know, and I'm going to start calling them out shortly. I think it's really important that people realize we're being played.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we got a notification from Stack. Some cool stuff from the ISS. Someone has recorded. Let me stop talking about it and show you guys. How about that? Guys, rather here see the eye candy too. It's like, explain it to me, bro. But let's see the eye candy first. You just show us as you explain the shit, please. All right, so I'm gonna bring it up here because the screen is going. Yeah, continue. All right, so this is a notification from Stack. It says it right there. See, I'm not lying. What time is it? 3 minutes ago it happened. Published 10 December 24th. Martin Stubbs YouTube channel. Text by Martin Stubbs. UFO. The right UFO zoomed. More appeared below. Forming Martin Stubbs. NASA UFO archives. My comments. This video shows the famous pulsating UFO that flew close to the ISS. Martin Stubbs is former Vancouver, Canada TV station manager. He used to be a TV station satellite array recording the shuttle transmission and NASA via. Check this out. That is what he's recorded on that. Now, yeah, it's 2014. It's not actually a new event, right? But that being said, if you guys ever seen the ISS recordings, man, you got a lot of stuff. This is Stack's UFO Intel. They got a lot of stuff here. Of course, you can do that. Share and all that mess. But it's definitely pretty interesting, guys. So also we got notifications from Telegram, but I just don't want to keep interrupting the broadcast, so I'm able to look at it myself. Of course, now it's fucking stuck on the side of my... There we go. We got it. Great point. His subscription has come and gone, and I was messing with him earlier. You know, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens on this, different things on here. Let me see if he's awake. See if it's gonna work. And hey Ryan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just hanging out here, ready to yap about whatever. How about you?
I'm doing all right, man. I was trying to develop we missed you yesterday with the investigation with the UFO stuff.
Oh, UFO stuff? That's a solid mystery track. Were you digging into sightings, cover-ups, or something more like a personal investigation?
The fifth UFO drop that we made, brother. The fifth UFO drop that the war.gov have dropped.
Ah, the fifth one. The war.gov drop. Okay, the fifth UFO drop from war.gov happened just yesterday, August 7th. It included 41 new files with things like that huge triangle over Afghanistan in 2002 and some recent multiple red light sightings from this year. What angle were you working on for the mystery?
I was looking at throughout the PDF files and what was filed and stuff like that. Damn, we got some cool stuff on stack, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Very interesting stuff that was posted. But you gotta keep on this. You gotta like follow a whole bunch of people that are posting. Because if you don't, it's not a very active scene. It's like you gotta have a crew. What's going on, Michelle? How you doing? You have to have an active crew over there. Kel, what is up? How you doing? Heather? Yeah, I've been seeing Heather. I was just like, I haven't said hi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you really do need that active crew to keep up with everything. Scattered posts and drops get lost fast if you're solo. What jumped out at you in the PDF files from yesterday's drop?
The old man incident that they had over there, that was pretty interesting. No, 100% agree. 3R. It's a lot of fake footages and a lot of fake stuff. And it's kind of hard to keep up with all that crap. And that's why we got Orion here to fact check and verify that the footage that we're seeing hasn't been floating around on different other crap and different other social medias. And if we can backtrack the footage to a location that we know that it's a clean tell or not, and then verify that if that area was also had footage, that very same thing, right? And I think that's the strongest thing that we can do. It's just verify and backtrack to see if and you guys seen it. You guys have been here long enough to see. It's like I'm super excited at something and comes to find out it's BS. Which kind of sucks. But then some things are pretty legitimate, you know?
Right, some of it does look solid. The old man incident caught my attention too. What's the story there that stood out to you?
Alright, so check this out, Ryan. Let's do this. Keep you locked in and active while we go through this. But yeah, the Reddit's... Oh, let's see this. I want to do this. If I can just keep it. And then upload recents. We got more stuff, man. You guys are gonna love it, bro. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Just... When there's a new platform like Stacks that are blowing up on social media, you definitely get a lot of new perspectives, man. And then, of course, we got the Reddit forums. But let's see what this is right here. We got 2 more posts of this guy.
We seem to know more about the... Welcome back to this special edition of Hannity. Earlier today, another major UFO file was dropped when published by the Pentagon. This is the 5th batch of declassified UAP documents, including videos from some remarkable military encounters. In one incident over the Gulf of Oman, U.S. forces reported roughly 25 unidentified objects described as cold orbs, moving at speeds of up to 1,300 miles per hour. Another file details a military pilot's encounter of a massive silent triangular object over Afghanistan. This comes as Time magazine wrote that America is finally taking the possibility of extraterrestrial life seriously, pointing to congressional hearings, new disclosures, and a growing number of military and intelligence officials willing to publicly discuss UAPs. Here now with more, UAP whistleblower and former director of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, Lue Elizondo. Lue, it's an honor to talk to you. I love the age of disclosure. What do you make from this latest batch of materials that was dropped by the Pentagon?
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me. It's certainly my honor and privilege. Look, all I got to say, bottom line is the president is fulfilling a promise to the American people, and members of Congress are also helping with this process. And now the American people are finally able to learn what we knew, as a matter of fact, back in the Pentagon so many years ago. I mean, this is something that I think is going to take some time for some people to really kind of internalize and digest. But look, these things are real, and we've known they're real for decades.
Is it?
I think after this close scare of him being the UAP GERB has shown light on him, he's gonna play his role as an informant and play nice and not bring up any fake shit for a while. And I think that's gonna be one of the biggest parts of this. And then he's gonna act up in 6 months and give us some fake UFO reports of a chandelier that's on Facebook again, just to keep us suspense up, you know, so we don't be like, oh, I forgot you're a piece of shit. I forgot you like to put fake shit in my face. I thought you changed. You know, that's what he does, right? He's like, give us, I thought you fucking changed. I thought you changed, you mother effer, you. You know? Shame on me. Oh, son of a gun. But I think that's what he's doing right now. He's like, you can see they put him through the sweatshop. He's all right, we're gonna give you a new shape and put some clothes that don't quite fit you, that you haven't replaced since you were heavy set, and get you out there to say a whole bunch of truths and talk to the normies, earn their trust a little bit, give a little 6 months of earning the trust. And he just fucking. Meanwhile, he has a prod that's just shoves it right up your booty hole, because he has it right there all along. He has different colors. Just ready, because that's what he does, man. He does it. He plays nice for a few months, hopes you forget, and then he reminds you why we are suspicious of him all over again. Now that's not saying that he's a misinformation artist. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that in the past 3.5 years, he has done questionable things that leads us to our conclusions. I would love to have him on this program to prove me wrong. That is all. Right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Big Daddy. Come on down, dude. Come on down. Give us some of that Lue information of yours. That's all I'm saying. Right? If you wanted people to believe the show, us an alien. I know, right, Amanda? Show us a motherfucking alien, Lou. Stop talking this shit. Those alien. We know you jerked off a few.
Because we have more sophisticated detection capability and the ability to essentially videotape and watch them with the improvements and all sorts of technology. Is that
speaking about that? He did not do a good job fighting against the narrative what UAP GERB said, and then when he was on UFO Night Watch, they didn't really do much of pushback, right? And then Disclosure Night and Disclosure Defense. I'm talking podcast, guys. They didn't give him. I think the only one that gave him a little bit pushback is the European dude that like asked him legitimate questions that the community is asking about, right? Like, why would you say that? And then as soon as he starts talking about James Clapper and his relationship with James Clapper, and how James Clapper is the basically the disclosure queen of controlled narratives. He like sort of like said, hey man, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing with the information because I'm out here giving you information already. You know, he did one of those shits, and you're like, aren't you supposed to be the one giving this information? But now you're not giving this information, and the things we are asking you about, now it's too much. It's like you're out here, if you're not on the interview to fight for your information and fight for your to clear your name, then why are you out here talking about it? You did a better job when you parked on the side of the road and explained yourself than when you get on the interview and being asked hard questions. And quite frankly, that's the whole point of it. You're going to interviews to be asked hard questions to fight against the narrative, right? And now when they're actually legitimately asking you legitimately hard questions, you just jump off the chandelier and was like, well, you know, it's just part of the job, it's part of the narrative, it's part of, you know, it's like, well, I mean, yes, it is. Yes, you are in the informating agency, yes, but you're not helping your case. You're not helping your case when the whole purpose of you going on the podcast is to resolve what UAP Gerb has stated in News Nation. Also, along those same fields, I don't see you talking. I don't see you having an interview with News Nation, since you and Roscoe Hart is so close. That's questionable itself. Maybe Roscoe Hart is like, well, let's let things cool down a little bit. But I would love the Lue go on there and them to be confrontational. That I would fucking, that would be awesome. This Lue and Roscoe Hart. That is, there's few things I like about this thing, right? One of them is when you see certain characters talk in the same interview, that it's worth watching. Example, Alex Jones and Stephen Greer talking together, and them two, one is like, you know, this is what, and he keeps interrupting Stephen Greer, and Stephen Greer is one of these people that he just goes on these long rants that you want to go to sleep, and the interruptions that Alex Jones does, well, you know, does that, it's just fucking Stephen Greer gets into, it's like, he's not, it's like fucking water and electricity, dude. They don't mix. They don't fucking, the conversation is very chaotic and very disruptive, you know, and it's hilarious to see them talk to each other. It is fucking hilarious. That's what I want. I want some confrontation with these guys, man.
Why we have more video readily available, and yeah, huge credit to Donald Trump for, you know, as the president, releasing this information.
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's a great question, and you know, there is a very real possibility, because we have better technology, we have more pervasiveness and more situation awareness of our airspace, that we are beginning to see these things, detect these things, and record these things. But there's also a possibility that the frequency of these occurrences is also increasing. There are two major, if you will, points of intersection regarding the UAP topic. One is water, For some reason, we see these UAP in and around areas of large bodies of water frequently, and also our military equities and our nuclear equities and technologies. And if you look at, for example, the Navy, let's say a carrier strike group, that's an awfully big nuclear footprint smack dab in the middle of the water, and that's exactly where we're seeing a lot of these UAPs.
Let's talk some more about that water, because at least some of the videos that I saw in the documentary.
No, 100%, Cal. They're very increasing. The UAP, the USO craft, very intriguing, right? And he's just repeating the same MO. We got another 4 minutes of this. I don't think I can handle much more, but I think at the end of the day, man, he does a lot of repeating. If you guys ever seen other programs, like when other whistleblowers depicting new information, he tends to mirror what's already being said, and he doesn't give us any new info, right? It just seems like he mirrors. Is okay, looks like they moved a little bit more forward the balance, so I'm gonna bring it up to that level. You know, the only one that's pushing forward with more disclosure, more information that's being discussed is David Grush. You know, so that being said, let's see what else is in the wing with that. Now, all right, so I know exactly the right now the government, their cell phone videos ending in conversations with triangle ones. All this, yeah, this one's pretty interesting, man. This is Dylan, fuck, I forgot his name. I'm sorry, Dylan Borland.
And that is,
this was posted from Interstellar.
On Twitter, somebody said we need 4K videos of UFO, and we need NHI bodies.
Okay.
And then you said,
I know that exists.
You said, I know it exists.
Okay, yeah.
I know directly.
I know directly that right now in our government, there is cell phone video ending the conversation about the triangles once and for all. And that is cell phone video. That's not even imagery. Wow. Cell phone video within 100 feet of it. I know it for a fact.
And you know that we have high-res imagery of UFOs.
100%. Because again, I know what I had, and I know what was redacted from me because I wasn't read into the SAPs. As for the bodies, I'm glad you brought this up. I want to be clear. This is where this gets into fun. I am sure these things exist. And during my whistleblower through Arrow and the IG and Congress, like I said in Weaponized, when people ask a question, when you understand why they're asking a question after you make a statement, but I believe Dave, I trust Dave. I know what I know what I've been told, I know what I testified to, and I know what came back as was confirmed. I know what Arrow and hypothetically the IG have told me directly in skiffs. It absolutely exists. There's no doubt in my mind. None at all.
And you're sure we have craft and hangars all over the country?
I don't know about all over the country. I'm sure we have craft.
Yeah.
I'm sure they exist in a hangar somewhere or underground, wherever they're at, but we have craft.
But you know that they're not just these aerial objects that are ephemeral that we don't understand. You know that we have been studying them on the ground in isolated conditions.
I am sure of it. But again, this gets into the fun stuff we were talking about, hypotheses. Yeah. You know,
but that's not really a hypothesis. You're extremely
I am sure there are crafts that were not made by humanity at this current time and place when we recovered them. That is no doubt. Where they come from, no idea. You know, this is one of the things that people always attack this subject. They want to lump me in with quote unquote aliens and little grays and all that. That's not the truth. I've never said extraterrestrials exist. I've never said we have proof of extraterrestrials.
But non-human.
We have craft that were not made by humanity at the time we recovered them. Major difference. We recovered things that were not made by us.
Could be
when we found them.
Future or ancient humans.
Past. We talked about the hypothesis of a human soul and us going to another planet and we're watching ourselves.
And these are more advanced than
clearly
F-22s and F-35s.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Fascinating.
You know, that brings up a lot of wings in the field, right? A lot of fires. A lot of fires that definitely puts a new perspective. Whatever happened to the so-called drone coming from the ocean a while back when New Jersey was getting invaded by them? Yeah, you're right. They seemingly like just disappeared. Ain't that right, Heather? They just disappeared like fucking nothing. Kelly, they are increasingly lately. No, 100%. Dennis, right? Yeah, it's definitely if they showed up in quantity. There's a less known case up in not New Jersey, but there's a lesser known case that seemingly they did the same thing. They showed up in a huge quantity, and then as they showed up, it was closed out, right? They just did the same thing what they did in New Jersey, just sort of like went away, you know? So that is strange how that plays out. BFDF was just a company testing a fleet. I think all donates my body to their science. Anyone hear about the story from Kiev where they found miles long craft hovering and flying around the moon? Study? Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. 20 UFO craft that are floating around the the moon, and that's been posted to a science journal, and there haven't been no scientists looking at the journal. It was posted in February of this year, and it's just now coming to social media with information of that study. And they were moving around these craft, and here's the thing: it's the size. It's the size of these UFO craft that are they say 15-20 miles across. So you guys give understanding. Just imagine the size of New York City floating around, or not the size of DC floating around next to the moon. Not one, not two, not three, 20 different size motherships floating around the moon. And I go down these rabbit holes, guys. I go down these rabbit hole hardcore, right? Like, example, the one rabbit hole that if I post about it, it won't get any traction. And I think those are the rabbit holes I need to post. Like, example, the rabbit hole of the jellyfish UFO. You see the tentacles coming off of the craft as it floats across Iran's airspace. During that period of time, they were doing studies of not just brain matter and how using electronics with brain matter with AI systems, but they were using basically the electrical system of the jellyfish, because it had characteristics of receiving and doing signals just as fast as brain signals. The only advantage of the electrical system of a jellyfish is that as the longer you use it, the more inherently it gets better, alongside with the brain matter. But the only difference is that the brain matter interface starts growing, which is like, oh, it's good, but they start suffocating. You can't use brain matter for these high information, real fast respondence AI systems. But the jellyfish's nervous system, you can, and it's sustainable. It doesn't outgrow its its thing. And that's actually a study that they were doing during that period of time, using the electrical system of a jellyfish, or the nervous system, the nervous system of the jellyfish to receive and do signals along with AI for new tech. Why? Because the electrical system of a jellyfish is a lot faster than what a computer can process and move around. Pretty wild stuff, right? If I post that, it's not going to get any traction. It's not going to get any traction, especially when those projects were currently being running during this period of time when this jellyfish UFO thing was flying around. You know, it's just not going to get any traction. Could be a company. Just what I thought at the time. Could very well be one of our techs. 100%. Their limbs were generated after injuries. There you go, Cal. There you go. So it's just, and then there's another one. Example, why suddenly SpaceX is crash landing stuff on the dark side of the moon. Relatively same area where NASA reported odd signals on the dark side of the moon, aka alien space base. Are they destroying stuff up there, prepping us for going up there so we don't see structures, old ancient alien structures of buildings and stuff that exist up there now, that they're literally destroying? So when we go up there, we don't see none of that. Could that possibly be the case? You know what I'm saying? You're too poor. What happened, man? You alright, man? 65? It's gonna be alright. We're all poor here, bro. We're all poor. We're all fucking poor. We're poor as shit around this bitch. I'm looking at YouTube right now. Black humanoid aliens exposed. I hear you, man. I think those are the best ones. There was an eyewitness report of midget black aliens coming out of a sphere at parks, and it comes out. The report was in Italy. These little black and little midgets comes out of a sphere, and those are the stories we gotta talk about because that's super interesting, right? Or in Brazil. There's a painter that basically paints these reptiles that are in contact with them. A very dark skin, right? Very interesting. Very interesting. He paints them all the time. For the last 15 years, he literally destroyed his career in painting. Because that's all he does now is paint these reptilians, fucking painting in different shades, colors, and stuff. His fucking painting career took a shit completely. No one wants to touch him. There's so much weird, cool stuff out there, man, that people don't talk about. But it's just like I said, man. It's like either you talk about those and no one can hear you, or you try to jump on this fucking stuff. You know, so I just feel like, I'm going to just not care anymore and just post exactly the stories that I want to talk about of the USOs. These, basically, what's going on, was it Taylor, 85? Oh no, that Italian one, it was two kids on a small village that was walking back to their home in this huge sphere. Like, if you guys are familiar with the biggest sphere, just shows up, comes down, and these beings come out, little little midgets, for lack of better words, right? Little black midgets, and didn't see the kids. They didn't notice the kids were there, and then when they notice the kids are there, they start running back to the ship. Pretty wild stuff, man. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the one that everyone discusses about the craft that landed in a military installation to do a greeting, and they came out and they looked like tall black humanoids that are like looked like they were worn. They were war bearing, like they was basically. No hate speech here, man. No hate speech. Look, see? No hate speech. We're not talking about no hate speech. We're talking about UFOs, alien species, UFOs. No hate speech. That's trippy, man. I'm being violated all this live, man. What's going on, Max UAP? What's going on, brother? I think those are the ones that are just not talked about enough. Like I said, we talk about those, it's just simply not going to happen, man. You want to see the reptilian painting guy? Let me see if I can't find that one. Cheer Earthlings, what's going on? What's going on, brother? Hope everyone's doing good today. I think this is the last part of this one. Oh, we got 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. Yeah, we got a few more. All right, we're going to get to those. Don't worry. The one that I posted was on Reddit. And then that was on the UFO files. And the one that I got was from Spain. No, Brazil, I'm sorry. The report was from Spain. And the painter, it was posted a while back. We go through a lot of topics here on the live. So much so that this was only started in March. And literally the segment goes on and on and on. And the cool thing is we're really close with the Brazilians UFO community, where we get a lot of stories that you just simply don't see on Western UFO discords, right? That is just definitely one of those parameters of discussion, man. That it goes on and on and on, and we just continue on with so much stuff and phenomenons that definitely is very intriguing as far as this discussion, man. And I tell you, it's this keeps on with the lore, and I'm telling you, it's like it's way back, but it's definitely in here. It's a painting that initially someone posted, and then we backtracked the painting, and it's a lot of stuff we look at that. This one right here almost sounds like the story. Anybody experience something like this, kid? As any experience on this? This is like little midgets, bro. That is horrifying. That's actually alien encounter. Yeah, we cover a lot of stuff, bro. A lot of stuff. And the coolest thing here is this goes on and on and on. Really wild investigation reports, things that most people just don't see because we go through so many stuff. This one's weird. I don't know what that is. This got another notification. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Yep. Yeah, we just got kicked off of TikTok because supposed hate speech. You see, that's what they do to you, bro. That's what they do to you. And that's why, my friends, we have a backup accounts. Because we're not going to wait here to let them mess with us, right? Oh, I'll put the wrong screen on. And that's what we do, man. Yeah. That's what they do all the time. You seen that? August 11th? Yeah. That's what they do all the time. So I'm going to do that. Camera. And that's why we have backup accounts. Especially on TikTok, man. And that's why we multi-stream all the motherfucking time. We're on 7 different platforms. If we get kicked off of one, we're still broadcasting on other stuff. I don't lose my information on my podcast. And we just keep on rolling as things go on. That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. We don't stop. We just keep on doing what we can when we can. And try to do the best of it, right? And I think inherently that's all we can really do, right? Is just make sure we're bulletproof. But that's probably why they don't like talking about different alien species, right? And if you start talking about the black aliens, or you start talking about the reptiles, you start getting reports. You start getting other crap going on, where inherently this won't let you work. Do this. See if we can't get it across. And that's what we do, baby. That's what we do. Let me see if I can just close the browser and we do it again. Yeah, bro. See if we can get it locked in. If I ever stream anything, it will be YouTube. That's fucked up. Yeah, I know. I saw a UFO in Sedona, Arizona early this year. Unexplained. Yeah, man. That's good, bro. Let's see if I can't get this fucker to go. So let me shut everything down. Let me close everything down. Make sure X is closed. Yeah, I don't know why that's not responding. Yeah, man. And that's just this ongoing thing, right? It's literally trippy how much this works out, and you just continue with the same MO over and over again, and it just tend to mess with you over and over again. And it's the ongoing trend. And it's subjected to the same narrative. Subjected to the same narrative of BS that they love to broadcast you on and attack you for it. And I think it's delightful when they think they got you, but yet you continue on running your fucking live stream while they try to figure out their stupid mess. And they don't inherently realize it's like you have we're back on live. That's what we fucking do, baby. That's what we do. We've changed the tire while we're live streaming. Because that's what the fuck we do, guys. And I got 2 other more backup accounts, which I'm going to start fixing those backup accounts. Make sure we're on the right team here. All right, guys. So we were right here.
Look, this
before we were really interrupted.
Tranche of evidence released today, it notably includes numerous reports of large triangular-shaped UAP over sensitive military sites, witnessed by credible military witnesses, people who we trust with a lot of power. These reports come from the FBI. And also in the tranche is a number of reports of orbs encountering our fighter jets and performing in ways that no known aircraft can. There's a lot of significant UAP evidence in this tranche. But most notably what's happening right now on the disclosure front, and got an update as recent as today, is the White House, the Trump administration, has officially put out a statement in the last few days making it known that if people who have been involved in these classified programs dealing with UAP have evidence that they want to share with the White House, they can come forward to the White House or the FBI, and they could have their non-disclosure agreements waived. These non-disclosure agreements are currently preventing people from coming forward to share what they know. So this is a significant step in the disclosure process. The other thing that's happening alongside the White House's efforts is Senator Rounds and Senator Schumer have supported a bipartisan act called the UAP Disclosure Act, which has been killed 3 years in a row. But now they've got support in the House and the Senate, largely because the White House has, taken this initiative to drive disclosure forward. So members of Congress feel comfortable supporting this act. There's a very good chance that this finally gets passed into law by the end of the year.
Yeah, those bills are definitely coming back. Not a notification. That's what we do, man. Before they interrupt us again. What's going on, you? yeah, buddy. That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. We keep it on the floating tentella here, making sure we're always broadcasting. Know how much the shitstorm loves to play its game. I'm going to post on all these. Why not? There we go. That's what we're doing. All right. So, now with the UFO drop, they're talking about another bill, which is interesting when they're dropping all this, right?
Yeah, look,
So, just more stuff. Okay. So, Dr. Phil calls the latest UFO fillers.
In case you haven't heard, the Pentagon has dropped its 5th batch of UAP files. Buried in there were two things worth your time. One, an Air Force gunship crew's own sensors picking up objects that do not fly like anything we've built. Second, a pattern of eyewitness accounts that keep showing up decade after decade from people who've never met each other. That matters. Everything else in that release, filler. I've spent my whole career telling people, don't let somebody hand you a stack of paper and call it the truth. Show me the truth. And here's what nobody in Washington wants to say out loud. We keep getting these disclosures, but with no context, no answers. Nobody tells us what the investigation found. You get a video, a document, a witness statement, a press release that says more to come. That's not transparency. That's some kind of a magic trick. Look over here while I don't tell you what's over there. And I want to be fair about this. I believe the president wants the truth out. But somewhere between him saying release it and it actually landing on a website, somebody's deciding what we get to see and what stays locked up. I don't know who that somebody is, and neither do you. They lifted the gag order on folks who might know something, meaning government employees who had signed non-disclosure agreements can now come forward under a presidential directive. But here's the catch. Those folks can only talk to the very same people who've been controlling what gets released this whole time. So here's my question, and I think it's a fair one. Is this really somebody that's holding this information back in the interest of national security? Or is someone trying to get a head start on whatever makes these things move the way they move? Because that kind of knowledge, if one country figures it out first, it changes everything, and I mean everything. And that's a real motive for keeping a secret, whether it's little green men or not. If you're really going to talk about disclosure, then start disclosing.
Yeah, I think he's just saying what everyone else has already been saying, right? It just mirrors that same sentiment. It's like, really, dude, like we need you guys are giving us these filler, these videos that, quite frankly, has probably been floating around for quite a bit of time, right? Isn't that right, 17? If you got backup channels, you are disclosure. 100%, man. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's and this is an ongoing thing, man. These guys continue with their narrative to placate to that, and it's like, hold on, maybe I couldn't do that. Could I do that? Could I seemingly join my own live? Maybe not. I did submit for appeal. I didn't do anything wrong. I did nothing wrong. So let's see here. They shall silence us, but they can't keep us silent forever.
This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing. And there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that. There's zero. Non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing. And there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that. There's zero. Non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence.
Yeah, this is nothing new. Overclassified has posted this one. NHI is interacting with us 100%. 100% is nothing. That's nothing new. This is the disclosure movie that they interview a whole bunch of senators and all. They keep reposting that. This is Peru. Peru's been a hotspot.
¿No será Goku el que está haciendo la Genkidama, weón? Mira, weón. Voy a darle todo el aumento por los 126, le dan. Maravilla. Mira, Carly, cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Ven a ver, culiao, mira cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Es un triángulo, weón, mira. Ah, claro que sí. Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Sácale una foto.
¿Qué weón? No sé, pues, weón.
¿Estás grabando o sacando una foto?
Estoy grabando, weón. Mira, mira.
Está como en alto, sí, la weá, pues.
Sí, pues, weón.
That thing is wild, dude. Jay Anderson posted that. Yeah, Peru's been a hotspot for a little while now. They've been posting that alongside with different other posts across the world. It's definitely a trip. Alright, so we have fifth. Let's see what he says about the fifth UFO drop.
2026. The fifth tranche of UAP data was released today, August 7th, 2026. In difference from past releases, the most remarkable anomalies in it are delivered as verbal testimonies and not in video or imagery data. These reports cannot be resolved without additional quantitative data recorded by well-calibrated sensors. They make a strong case for follow-up scientific research. Skeptics who deny the significance of these anomalies are not curious enough to be genuine scientists. Either we are dealing with unknown natural phenomena, a secretive black project, or these anomalies reflect manifestations of alien technologies. Resolving them is a win-win situation for either national security or fundamental science. The fifth tranche of UAP data was released today, August 7th, 2026. In difference from past releases, the most remarkable anomalies in it are delivered as verbal testimonies and not in video or imagery data. These reports cannot be resolved without additional quantitative data recorded by well-calibrated sensors. They make a strong case for follow-up scientific research. Skeptics who deny the significance of these anomalies are not curious enough to be genuine scientists. Either we are dealing with unknown natural phenomena, a secretive black project, or these anomalies reflect manifestations of alien technologies. Resolving them is a win-win situation for either national security or fundamental science. The fifth tranche of UAP data was released today, August 7th, 2026. In difference from past releases, the most remarkable anomalies in it are delivered as verbal testimonies and not in video or imagery data. These reports cannot be resolved without additional quantitative data recorded by well-calibrated sensors. They make a strong case for follow-up scientific research. Skeptics who deny the significance of these anomalies are not curious enough to be genuine scientists. Either we are dealing with unknown natural phenomena, a secretive black project, or these anomalies reflect manifestations of alien technologies. Resolving them is a win-win situation for either national security or fundamental science. The fifth tranche of UAP data was released today, August 7th, 2026. In difference from past releases, the most remarkable anomalies in it are delivered as verbal testimonies and not in video or imagery data. These reports cannot be resolved without additional quantitative data recorded by well-calibrated sensors. They make a strong case for follow-up scientific research. Skeptics who deny the significance of these anomalies are not curious enough to be genuine scientists. Either we are dealing with unknown natural phenomena, a secretive black project, or these anomalies reflect manifestations of alien technologies. Resolving them is a win-win situation for either national security or fundamental science. The fifth tranche of UAP data.
Yeah, man. He's just repeating what they're saying, but it's really the level of stuff that they have there, dude, is not coming out like they should, right? And I think at the end of the day, what we're broadcasting on the information that we discussed, they're saying a whole lot, but they're not showing a whole lot. And a lot of people notice that, right? They're saying a whole lot, but they're not showing. Avi is not afraid to ask the scary question. Glad he's involved. Yeah, he's part of the UAP investigation department, what they opened up, which is super cool. Super cool. So hopefully we get some headwind on what is literally being talked about, because at this day, dude, it's like, what are we talking about, right?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, so this is Robert Bigelow.
Any place in our galaxy, any place in the universe serves. They are servants and serve for their own good reasons a supreme consciousness. And that supreme consciousness is a creator of everything that we can see, detect, or come in contact with. And all of that only represents 5% of the energy in the universe, and the other 95%, we don't know what that is, regardless of where.
And that's what it is, right? Regardless where these creatures come from, regardless who they are, I think at the end of the day, man, we are literally seeing the segue of information being dropped towards us, right? And how informative the government is doing sucks ass, to be honest with you. But I think at the end of the day, man, we are subjected to what they're seeing us, man. And hopefully we can get some more information besides these crappy little footages that they have been broadcasting. And we can get on that bandwagon, right? Let's go through over Reddit. I think I did my job over the X. Let's see what platform things are coming up here with this. And then we can just keep it last 24 hours. Air Force refuses to release video of a 100-foot triangular UFO on Colorado base. Videos captured a craft zooming over the mountain. Active. This oh yeah, this is from the UFO files that were dropped the 5th. So of course this is an art rendition, guys. Give you guys heads up. This is not the actual thing, so you guys are aware of that. I beg your pardon. People are comments, man. They're a trip. UFO 5th group of sightings. Yeah, there's not. This one was on the 5th one. This is something else. This wasn't on the 5th one. I'm going straight to it. Now these are all the ones that that wasn't on the 5th one that they have here. Nope. Yeah, I know this is images. Yeah, the image that he got there wasn't the 5th one that they have. So good times. All right, so let's go back to the post. Of course, I gotta do like that. Yeah, so we got Dr. Phil, of course, here playing around. Or you just came home from vacation and I just got suspended on my primary account.
Sandra has arrived.
Oh, that's good, man. Everybody needs a vacation, bro. Get away from everybody. I hope you went somewhere where you wanted to go. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it, brother. I was talking about different alien species that most people don't talk about. Like the reptilians and another species. And they didn't like that. They didn't like... But you can talk about tall whites all day long and you'll be fine. That's a trip, man. It was 19 family members hiking. Good times. Holy shit. Hopefully you call something out there, man. Some footage you can share with us. UFO researcher benefactor Robert Bigelow says he encouraged President Trump toward alien disclosure. I don't know if you guys seen that. Or literally, he was in the White House. In the White House, is literally talking to Donald Trump for an hour. This segue is pretty wild, right? Because not only he talks to him about an hour in the White House, but he basically gave him like forms and stuff. Yeah, no problem, Sandra. It is what it is. That's what TikTok does. So just keep posting. Keep posting. That's all I can do.
Office and advise the commander-in-chief what he might. If you had an hour or so to spend with the president, what would you say to him? Las Vegas aerospace tycoon Robert Bigelow had a long list of subjects in mind, but the one at the top was UFO disclosure.
So Bigelow, a longtime supporter of President Trump, recently met in the Oval Office and advised the commander-in-chief what he might want to say to the country. 8 News Now Chief Investigator George Knapp is here with that exclusive story.
Yeah, this is interesting stuff. Robert Bigelow has spent more than 40 years and tens of millions of his own dollars digging into UFOs and possible non-human intelligence interacting with humanity. He thinks the time has come for some sort of formal disclosure, and that Trump is the guy to do it. Coincidentally or not, in the 5 months since their White House meeting, the government has started releasing piles of UFO-related information.
And disclosure was one of the topics. And so when I was ready, I asked to see him. And so February the 6th, I was in the Oval Office with the president.
Las Vegas tycoon Robert Bigelow has known Donald Trump for years, has donated millions to Trump's campaigns, and knew he'd get a formal sit-down at some point, but didn't know how much time he'd have to make his pitch. It turned out to be 75 minutes, a hefty chunk. Bigelow says a presidential aide cleared off the Resolute desk. Bigelow plopped down 7 reports on 7 subjects and jumped right into UFO disclosure.
I was emphasizing that the disclosure process, starting with confirmation, is a big deal. That really is important for somebody like the President of the United States to say, yeah, they're real, they're here, and eliminate all the other nonsense, all the noise that's been going on for 80 years.
You go into it with an idea of not just things in the sky floating around, some mystery. We've got the goods. Somewhere there are crashes. Do you tell them that there are bodies, that there are crash retrieval vehicles of unknown origin, or how specific do you get on that?
I basically focused on him and how to prepare himself if he's not already prepared.
Bigelow declines to repeat anything the president said in response, not even gestures or facial expressions. The report he wrote for Trump included recaps of some notable, well-documented UFO incidents and cases, along with specific comments that could be shared with the public, including a suggestion that it be delivered in one of the quick exchanges the president has with reporters aboard Air Force One.
And this is what I want you to say, Mr. President. A non-human intelligent presence has been on Earth for a very long time. using spacecraft and with performances completely beyond our capabilities and our human physics. And that's it. To say nothing else. That's it. That's all. Because what this is disclosure, and it's actually confirmation.
A primary angle in Bigelow's proposal to the president was a preemptive pardon, amnesty for the private contractors who've helped the government hide the truth for 80 years. Bigelow says he has direct knowledge of aerospace companies which have stashed and analyzed materials and craft of unknown origin. Their expertise will be vital in educating and reassuring the public, he says.
And if it's handled right, it can be done successfully.
If you were president, would you announce that, yes, we've got crash retrievals, yes, we have reverse engineering programs, and yes, we've got bodies?
Yeah, because the rest of the world already knows that. The people that count in Russia and China already know.
In the months since their February meeting, the White House has authorized an ongoing release of UFO files and videos, some of which were already in the public arena, with promises of more releases in the months ahead. Bigelow isn't the only Trump whisperer interested in the subject.
And I think there's a stigma associated with this.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio was one of the most vocal members of Congress urging UFO transparency back when he was a senator. Donald Trump Jr. has raised the subject with his dad. Vice President J.D. Vance says he's fascinated too, but thinks UFOs might be demons. Bigelow won't say whether he made a dent in Trump's opinion about UFOs and ETs. The president's previous comments have been largely non-committal, although he has authorized the release of government files. The strongest part of the pitch might have been Bigelow's suggestion that UFO disclosure would cement Trump's place in history.
The world goes so fast, but the president that took on the challenge of disclosure and of confirmation and actually built a satisfactory conclusion of a relationship between human beings and that subject is going to go down in history as having really accomplished something.
With Mr. Bigelow, this started a couple of months ago, a conversation about let's do some interviews. He wants to get some things off his chest. I'm the guy to do it. And then it turned into a podcast. So he's built his own studio. We recorded a podcast. It's now up on our Mystery Wire site, which, by the way, if you don't have the app, the 8 News Now app, you should get it and get all our Mystery Wire content. But that's episode number 1 is up there. A lot of really interesting stuff about his encounter with RFK Jr. Crazy story. Okay. And we'll be sharing more of that. And then more to come here. We're going to be recording additional things about what he wants to get off his chest.
Well, there's been sort of like these whispers that there's actually a speech prepared for the president if and when he ever decides to address the nation about this. You think that's some validity?
I've heard those stories.
Okay, all right.
The answer is yes. There's at least one speech that has been written for him. Now, whether he's read it or not, I don't know. But if he gets in the mood, it should be sitting right there somewhere in the desk.
All right. So, and George Knapp's front and center for it. Thanks,
hope so.
George.
And be sure to check out more from George Knapp on Mystery Wire. The show is Thursday night at 7:30 on our Vegas streaming channel. You can also follow at The Mystery Wire on social media. We also have much more on this on a web article on our website, 8newsnow.com.
Summer watering schedule. Done.
Good times, guys. Good times. Yeah, he's the first one that invested in Robert Lear that did the surgeries for extraterrestrials and removed in the autopsies. That was really wild, man. And the amount of information that came from those surgeries about some of these objects were showing basically almost like signals or like sounds that were coming off of it, and then some of them were moving. They would move away from the scalpel when they're trying to catch it and all. It was pretty wild stuff, man. Absolutely wild. 17 says the tech has come after disclosure for this reason. I think we may not get it, but I hope we do. No, I 100% agree, man. Like what they've been getting, and it's just a matter of time. If they're exposing this, they're going to release some more tech. I mean, that's just how I see it, and I think I don't think it's far from the truth, right? I think we are on this bandwagon of getting information disclosed to us, and the phenomenon being just that very same thing. So I definitely am excited to see what's the next poster. Hopefully we get some more cool phenomenons coming, and that very thing, and just keep on doing what we do best, right? Because it's just a matter of time, guys. It's literally just a matter of time, from what they post to what has been delivered to what they broadcast in the social media shitstorm, and what systematically is being pushed along this narrative. And hopefully, with that being said, we can definitely put that in front of the table as far as what we do every day here, and what inherently we can discuss. Because I hope with disclosure comes a new technology that we can talk about amongst ourselves, and our kids and children can inherently live a better life in this world of information, right? Let's put the field here. We're going to do video, and we're going to do images, and then we're going to do the last 7 days, because we haven't been here in 7 days, and we're just going to keep it open-ended and see what we find here. So I got it on the video and images. There's 7 days. And let's see what other enigma here. Do we want audio, or just keep it the images video? Let's see what this one comes up with. Oh, thank you for the heart, Sandra. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the love. Let's dance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so this is 5 orbs visible in what is that? Northwest. One got low to the ground, turning amber and more red and closer, and get to the ground, almost always moving from left to right rotation around the others at times. Man, took a picture, but they didn't get any video off of this. Yeah. Didn't get any video off of this. You think they would, right? You think they would get some video off of this, but it's just... Now let's do this. Let's do... My name, Go Pinder. Go Pinder? Okay. Let's just do video. Spell Go Pin Deer. Go Pin Deer. Okay, cool. I wonder how you got with that name. How you decided with that name. That's pretty odd. Go Pin Deer. I don't get why people don't the videos, then they get still shots from the video. Ugh. No, 100%. Go Pin Deer. Does anybody else get that? Does anyone else get that? Please. Go, not go, sir. Go, not go, sir. Are you talking about goo? Are you trying to say goo? Goo, not go. Is that what you're trying to say? Goo? Is it goo? I don't know. I don't know. That's why some people change their names, man. Because most people can't understand how to pronounce it. Yes, sir. Goo. Goo. Okay. Goopendeer. Goo. Goopendeer. Goopendeer. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Who cares? Let's fucking give us some fucking UFOs. Who cares? All right, so this outside watching storm moving in me and my wife, and was the video storm. I seen things moving fast through the cloud, moving rapidly. Then it took off fast back west. You know what I'm craving right now? Nutella. Oh my god, I don't have no Nutella in the house. Oh, that'd be so tasty, man. I love some Nutella. He's doing a lot of videoing and I don't see much. I see like one little light thingy right at the end here. Right there. Comes in the cloud. There it is. That's not much, right? Yeah, I like to filter these more than I do usually. Usually it's, I filter it, right? So you have last 7 days, and then I typically do triangle craft. The reason why is because it's not a lot there, but when you do see the footage, it's a notable footage. Max in your live earlier, he got a lot of orb nightly. No, 100%. He's a king with the orb stuff. Like, he's broadcast so many orbs like daily. That's why I like to do the triangle shapes. See if you guys see it right there, triangle shapes setting, because when you actually see the footage is really good stuff. You know, see if we got any in Africa. If I take the setting off of that, they tend to show up a lot more footages. Yeah, 7 days might be too strict. If you do 3 months, of course someone's going to show up. Yeah, let's do 3 months to see what's going on over here. Thailand. Hovering gold, hovering orb. Does this have any audio? There we go. Oh, yeah, he must be on one of those ley lines. No, I agree. I agree, because they are... Oh, this is called Enigma. It's called Enigma. Yeah, yeah. They have added a lot of settings, recent settings, that you can basically narrow down to the week and stuff. Usually on my cell phone, I get this top sightings, top UFO sightings, silver objects passing fast. Looking. That's some great footage. Whoever had who videotaped that. That's some beautiful footage. Whoever filmed that, man, did a one hell of a job. Oh, you seen it at the top there? It's that literally at the beginning of the footage. Yeah, of course, there's a whole bunch of orbs. I did believe that's what they do, right? They got the orb segue in their orb. This one was Slovenka. This one was pretty decent right there. Let me blow this one up so you guys can get it real close. Look at that. Damn. The hell was that guy doing? Yeah, downloaded a while back because one late winter night coming home, I saw this orange ball in the sky just sitting there for hours around 8 p.m. and went to check if anyone else saw. Yeah, that is pretty well. Yeah, that thing looks kind of orange itself. I'm going to try to see if I can blow the screen up a little bit more. Yeah, it definitely looks orange. We've seen some of these in Florida. Same exact kind of phenomenon. It's definitely pretty weird how they do that. Oh, that cloud looks weird. Yeah, that cloud looks weird. Gotta look at the camera like this. That camera looks freaking weird. Ready to start screaming. What's going on, Bearded Ninja? How you doing, man? Thank you for dropping by the live, man. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate you coming on by.
The time! Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird, guys. Oh, that is uber creepy, 100%, dude. 100%. 100%. Undeniable. And what is this? This is red glowing disc, Tennessee, 2023. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't like doing the thing, because it's all, this one's Japan. Golden station object moves left, 2022. Looks like I'm a part of the fucking scene here. Another orb. That one's like, it's like a morphing almost. That's a trip. That was in Pompano Beach, Florida, 2023. No, I have not seen any more of those lasers. There's been a few people commenting on those laser things. I don't know, man. I don't know. The lady that was in that was one of her lives that she's seen it. So, but it hasn't been really mentioned anywhere else. So that is strange. That the one person that's posting it has all those different views. There's another orb. Yeah, these are the ones they gotta submit to a freaking look, it was all the way up there. They gotta submit these to Word.gov. Because at least these, like, they're consistent quality, you know. Gigantic, bright, steady light disappear rapidly. 2026, August 5th. Annapolis. Like, these ones are pretty much consistent, right? Just an airplane orb. Nothing. Nothing to see here. France. France, huh? This one looks familiar. Another Florida one orb. These orbs like to show up, man. Show out. Like to show up and show out. I tell you what, bro. 100%. This one's right at the water. Now that one's pretty cool. Almost like it's resting there. Could be a blurry soccer ball. That's until it flies off the water, right? It could be. Oh no, that's definitely not a soccer ball at all. No, sir. So you guys know that was in California. This one is also in California. Yeah, that's a trip, guys. I have one in Hawaii that comes up every night, pictured about not at 8 a.m. Is that the p.m. or another orange ball? Yeah, they keep those orange balls do like to show up, man. California again, Napa, California, 2026, August 2nd. Looks like it's like flipping there, right? Flipping. Very interesting. Look at that. Huh. I tell you guys. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Telegram. No, not Telegram. Let's do. What is up? I want to shout at one saying, "Oh, pick me up over here." You need to stop doing that, Amber. You're going to get fucking probed. You don't want to get probed with these aliens. You don't know who they've been probing, if they have been cleaning their instruments. You don't know none of that. You don't want that to happen. That would be a sucky situation. You know? Getting intergalactic sex transmitted disease or something from these probing aliens out there. That would suck. That wouldn't be fun at all. If they probe me, better give me superpowers. Oh shit. That's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. Bro, if you get superpowers, man, fly by and say hello. Shit. That's hilarious. And don't bring it my way. Don't bring the aliens my way. Don't do that. Do not bring the aliens my way. I don't care if they give you superpowers. I don't want to be probed. I don't want to be probed. Taz, don't do that. Hey, you next. Good times. Oh. Yeah, I gotta update my my following base here with what they post. They do got some old stuff here on Stack. Do like this right next to the image. There we go. Wilbur Smith has profound effects on research program. Highly recommended to look for work. Canadian officials. Yeah, I gotta update my my following list. Clearest image ever taken for Venus by Japan's craft. Damn, that is wild, dude. That's amazing. But that's what we do, guys. We get on all multiple platforms, see updates across the field, keep it going, see what sightings are. Yes, I know there's different other platforms that they upload video, but it's hard to get through those videos when some of those platforms don't have filters for last 24 hours, right? So you wind up seeing old footage, which, don't get me wrong, some of these old footage is really, really good, but I mean, to be concurrent with new UFO sightings, you inherently want to see some new stuff, right? Just saying. I'm gonna do a little bit of research. Going to try to update our update for UFO sightings across the world, and hopefully we can get some more segments of UFO sightings that we can see that inherently would be part of the program, right? Or a weekly, like we do right now. We do a weekly just because these filters aren't that good as far as trying to get what's coming out or relatively in the last 24 hours. So that being said, I think we're just on improving our segment here as best as we possibly can, and hopefully we get some leeway around here, right? This what we do. Give you guys head up, we just hit our 2000th, man, I messed it all up. Our 2000th subscriber on YouTube. We just made it through the threshold of making it to 2,000 subscriber on YouTube. That just happened tonight in our live. So I appreciate the love. You guys are awesome. So that's a good period at a long day, right? We're breaking it through. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. Thank you guys on YouTube. And all the people who are watching over in Twitch. Well, X, of course. I know how. It's like, it's X. So I appreciate the hell out of you guys. So we're just gonna keep on growing, man. Even though we're getting suspended on other platforms. We just keep on doing it, man, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and become a really cool community, growing community here. So if you guys been here this long, thank you, and you are Disclosure.
In the feet when your mind goes blank, got a built in your seat. When you're shooting stuff too much, you have to take a seat. feel like a hybrid in the deep. What you know about flying in a plasma stream? Let me bring it back, just the cosmic beam. When the human eyes show up, everything gets serene. I feel like an envoy in a starship dream. She say that I'm weird. I'm like, you ain't seen the sphere. I believe in UAPs, don't believe your TV. She keep playing me close, but I'm watching from close. You don't really know my intel. Let me beam you the truth like Roswell. Floating out in the craft, no fuel, we just blended math. See that light, it moves so fast. See my soul ain't stuck in past. Didn't know which form I'd wear. Gray or blue, the reptile stare. Frequency up, feel that surge. I'll ascend this rumble purge. Listen to code this line for a second. I'm awake, even if they don't believe I vibrate. No fake, everything I do is kinetic. I don't need text, telepathic, magnetic. Put this scene in the 5-8 and then I'll everything that I say. My scene through the trial, let me elevate. I'm Star-C rank, be flown on the disc. Both minds connected, say let me leave. I'm gonna let these round, call that sync collective.